these recipes. If you've got any requests, do let me know. I'd love to help if I can. Someone's asked me to do, lovely old school friend has asked me to do my pizzette recipe. So this is another carby one, a bread recipe, but it's really good fun, especially if you're all indoors together. And you need a basic bread dough recipe for this. So of course, just do whatever you want to. You can do a fast rise method if you want, but I just like to use my slow rise one because it's not messy at all, really quick to prepare. Pop it in the fridge and then the next day it's ready to go. So I'm running out of bread flour, so I'm just going to do a 250 gram recipe for this one. So I've got 250 grams of strong bread flour in my bowl. I'm going to add a sachet of dried active yeast. If you're doing a 500 gram recipe for this, then that sachet of yeast will do for that too. And roughly it's about half the proportion of water to flour, roughly. So I'm just going to give the dry ingredients a little mix. I'm going to add a little salt for flavour, really important. And then add my cold water to this. Remember, you don't need lukewarm because it's a cold rise, it's going in overnight. And so I've got about 200 millilitres of water in this jug, and I'm just going to very gradually add it in until I've got that sticky dough consistency. Used about 175 mil there, so that's really good now. You see, so that is ready to go, cling film on and in the fridge overnight so that tomorrow we're ready to make our pizzette. Hello, back again on day 2. My dough has been in the fridge overnight. I took it out first thing this morning to give it a chance to get up to room temperature, and now I'm going to shape it into little balls ready to make them into pizzette. So I've put a cloth over them, just going to let them rest for a few minutes. If you've got an hour or so, then brilliant, do that.
Okay, right, so these have been resting for a little while. They've risen a little bit. They're all different sizes, but that's okay. Don't like uniform when I'm home cooking, so this is perfect. So I'm going to put some flour on my hands, and then no need for a rolling pin. You can if you want, but normally what you do is just pat them out like that. Now traditionally these are deep fried in Naples and then topped with delicious things. So I thought we'd have a go at cooking them in oil and then cooking them dry for kind of a healthier version. They're not as traditional, but they're still nice. Right, so once they're cooked, this is the dry pan one, this is the deep fried one. So once they're cooked, what you do, I've got some of that lovely tomato sauce that I made for the cannelloni, and I've just warmed that up, and you just spoon it on. And this is lovely to do around the table, and people can do their own and then choose their toppings. So you can put some of the sauce on while they're still nice and warm. And then I've got here some Parmesan. Traditionally, these would be served in Naples with a sprinkling of Parmesan and a little bit of basil, like that. But you can put on some fresh mozzarella, maybe a little bit of Parma ham would be good.